Hello friends. Welcome back to Echo English, where learning English is fun and easy. Today, we have something very special. We all know the world is full of news and events every single day. But how can you talk about them in English? How can you share your opinion about the news with confidence? That's exactly what we'll explore today. And guess what? I'm not alone. Hosting today's episode is Stella. She will guide you, step by step, through easy English sentences, useful phrases, and real-life conversations about news and current events. So stay with us, because by the end of this lesson, you'll be ready to talk about the world around you, in English.
Thank you, David. Hi everyone, I'm Stella, and I'm so excited to host today's episode. If you want to sound confident when discussing the latest headlines, world news, or even local events with your friends, family, or classmates, this lesson is for you. We will 1. Learn simple words and phrases about news. 2. Practice short conversations. 3. Explore examples of how people discuss current events. 4. Learn how to give your opinion politely and clearly. So, let's begin our journey into the world of English and news. Part 1. Why talk about news and current events in English? Stella. News is everywhere, on TV, social media, radio, and newspapers. Talking about it helps you practice listening, reading, and speaking skills all at the same time. For example, when you read a headline like "New technology is changing education," you don't just learn words, you also practice understanding ideas. When you talk about news with friends, you practice using phrases like, "Did you hear about?" "I read that." "The news said." These are very common in everyday English. Let's practice them together. Slow repetition for audience. Did you hear about the weather report today? I read that a new movie is breaking records. The news said there will be a big sports event next week. Part 2. Useful vocabulary for news. Stella. To talk about current events, you need some easy words. Let's learn them now. Headline: the main title of the news. Reporter: the person who tells the news. Breaking news: very fresh news, just reported. Local news: news about your city or town. International news: news about the world. Current events: what is happening right now. Example sentences. The headline says the city will open a new park. A reporter interviewed the president yesterday. Breaking news: there was a solar eclipse this morning. Part 3. Easy dialogue examples. David, joining for a short practice. Okay Stella, let's give the audience a small example. Stella. Perfect. Let's do it. Conversation example 1, casual talk. David, did you hear about the new library opening in town? Stella, yes, I read about it this morning. It looks amazing. David, the news said it will open next week. Stella, I can't wait to visit it. Stella, to audience. See? Very simple. Just asking, answering, and sharing information. Conversation example 2, talking about world events. Stella, did you hear about the international sports event? David, yes. I saw it on TV last night. Stella, who won the match? David, the local team won. The crowd was so happy. Stella, that's great news. Part 4. Giving opinions about news. Stella. When you hear news, people often ask, "What do you think?" or "What's your opinion?" You should be ready with short, polite answers. Some useful phrases are: In my opinion, it's interesting. I think it's a good idea. I'm not sure about that. That sounds exciting. That's surprising. Example. In my opinion, using technology in education is helpful. I think the weather this year is unusual. Part 5. Practice conversation with opinions. David. Let's try one more conversation. this time adding opinions. Stella. Sure, here we go. Conversation example 3. David, did you hear about the new law for recycling? Stella, yes, I read it in the news. In my opinion, it's a great step for the environment. David, I agree. I think it will help keep our city clean. Stella, exactly. It's important for our future. Stella, to audience. When you share your opinion, you make the conversation richer. Part 6. How to stay updated. Stella. To talk about current events, you need to know them first. Here are easy ways to stay updated. 1. Watch English news channels, but choose short and simple reports. 2. Listen to radio or podcasts, they use clear and repeated words. 3. Read English newspapers online, start with headlines and short articles. 4. Follow social media pages, many platforms share news in easy English. Example. I watch English news every morning. I read short news articles online. Part 7. Common mistakes beginners make. Stella. When beginners talk about news, they sometimes 1. Use too many difficult words. 2. Forget to give their opinion. 3. Speak very fast without pauses. Don't worry. You don't need big words. Simple English is clear and powerful. Just say, the news said. I think it's good. That's enough. Part 8. Fun activity, be the reporter. Stella, playful tone. Now, let's do a fun exercise. Imagine you are a news reporter. Try saying 1 or 2 sentences in English about something happening near you. For example, breaking news, it is raining heavily in my city today. Latest update, a new shopping mall has opened. Go ahead, try it with me. Pause the video or podcast and say your own news. Part 9. Sample long conversation, practice story. David. Stella, shall we give them one longer example with a real story? Stella. Great idea. Let's do it. Conversation example 4, longer. Stella, good morning, David. Did you read the news today? David, yes, I read an article about new technology in schools. Stella, really? What did it say? David, it said that students will use tablets instead of books. Stella, that's interesting. In my opinion, technology makes learning easier. David, I agree, but I think books are still very important. Stella, yes, balance is the key. David, true. Did you hear about the sports event too? Stella, yes. The football team won the final match. David, the headline was, Local Heroes Bring the Trophy Home. Stella, wow, that's exciting news. David, I think the whole city will celebrate. Stella, for sure. It shows how news can bring people together. Stella, to audience. See how natural that sounds? Short sentences, clear words, and a little opinion make it easy and engaging. Part 10. Wrap up and review. Stella. Today, we learned common news vocabulary. How to ask and answer about current events. How to give your opinion politely. How to practice being a reporter. Remember, you don't need to know every detail. Just practice asking, sharing, and giving your opinion. That's how real conversations happen. David. Thank you, Stella, for hosting this wonderful session. I think everyone learned so much today. Stella. Thank you, David. And thank you, dear listeners, for joining us. Remember, English is not about big words, it's about practice and confidence. Every time you read or hear news, try to say 1 or 2 sentences in English. Slowly, you'll become fluent.
Stay curious, stay positive, and keep practicing English every day. Until next time, this is Echo English. Goodbye, friends.